Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
RT World News.
February 27, 5:23 America, New York. China hits back at U.S. over Russia. The U.S. is fueling the Ukraine crisis with weapons, while targeting Beijing over its ties with Moscow, the foreign ministry said.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
February 27, 5:04 America, New York. Everything Everywhere All at Once dominates at SAG Awards. The unlikely awards season juggernaut, Everything Everywhere All at Once, marched on at the Screen Actors Guild Awards on Sunday, and even gathered steam with wins not just for Best Ensemble, Michelle Yeoh and Ke Huy Quan, but also for Jamie Lee Curtis. Mirror World News.
February 27, 5:02 America, New York. Vladimir Putin's spin doctor dies after branding him insane over Ukraine invasion. Prominent Russian political scientist and former Kremlin advisor Gleb Pavlovsky has died at age 71. He was a critic of the war and warned that it would be a terrible mistake and a great blow for Russia. New York Times World News. February 27, 5 o'clock America, New York. Dying children and frozen flocks in Afghanistan's bitter winter of crisis. Hundreds have died in plunging temperatures, and malnutrition has been rampant, even as the Taliban government's ban on female workers has hampered international aid. New York Times World News.
February 27, 5 o'clock America, New York. Russia's new offensive sends conscripts into the teeth of Ukraine's lines. A month into the campaign, Russian forces have barely budged despite forays by small units in fields, pine forests and ruined towns. Ukrainian soldiers last week on the front line in eastern Ukraine.
Mirror World News.
February 27, 4:47 America, New York. Vladimir Putin's £274 million spy plane, destroyed by drones in airbase attack. One of Russian President Vladimir Putin's military planes was significantly damaged by Belarus partisans supporting Ukraine at an airbase in Belarus, it is reported.
Washington Post World.
February 27, 4:32 America, New York. Israel beefs up troops after unprecedented settler rampage. Israel has sent hundreds more troops to the occupied West Bank after a Palestinian gunman killed two Israeli brothers and settlers rampaged through a Palestinian town.
Washington Post World.
February 27, 4:24 America, New York. Mexican soldiers clash with border residents after shooting. Mexican army soldiers have apparently clashed with residents of the rough border city of Nuevo Laredo.
BBC News World.
February 27, 4:18 America, New York. Nigeria election 2023. More results arriving. The first of Nigeria's 36 states announces results, with more expected on Monday morning.
Washington Post World.
February 27, 4:16 America, New York. Egypt's top diplomat in Damascus meets with Syria's Assad. Egypt's foreign minister has met with Syrian President Bashar Assad in Damascus and promised to deliver more aid to the quake-hit country.
RT World News. February 27, 4:16 America, New York. Iranian foreign minister discusses prospects of salvaging nuclear deal. Agreement with the U.S. is possible, if Washington behaves realistically, Hossein Amir Abdollahian said.
BBC News World.
February 27, 3:51 America, New York. Teddy bears rain down on pitch during football match. Turkish football fans donated the soft toys for child survivors of the recent earthquakes.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
February 27, 2:59 America, New York. COVID most likely leaked from Wuhan lab, says U.S. Energy Department. The COVID-19 virus most likely leaked from a laboratory in Wuhan, according to the U.S. Energy Department. The Wuhan Institute of Virology that it has claimed COVID the 19th of May have escaped from.
BBC News World.
February 27, 2:42 America, New York. Belarusian opposition says it damaged Russian warplane. The aircraft was struck multiple times at the Machulishchi Air Base near Belarus capital, Minsk. Time.
February 27, 2:30 America, New York. Dozens killed and dozens more missing after migrant boat crashes off Italy's coast. Rome. A wooden boat crowded with migrants smashed into rocky reefs and broke apart before dawn Sunday off the Italian coast, authorities said. Rescuers recovered nearly 60 bodies, and dozens more people were missing in the rough waters.
Time. February 27. 2:30 America, New York. Tens of thousands of people demonstrate against electoral law changes in Mexico. Mexico City. Tens of thousands of people filled Mexico City's vast main plaza Sunday to protest President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's electoral law changes they say threaten democracy and could mark a return to the past.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
February 27. 2:26 America, New York. Volodymyr Zelensky sacks top Ukrainian commander without giving a reason. Volodymyr Zelensky has sacked one of his top Ukrainian military commanders, but has not said why. Ukraine and AMP. #39. President Volodymyr Zelensky attends a working session of G7 leaders via video link on the day of the first anniversary of Russia and AMP. #39. Attack on Ukraine, in Kyiv, Ukraine February 24, 2023.